For this exhibition, I'm making large prints and I'm using locally sourced sheets of plywood. I'm cutting up with a jigsaw. It's slightly different to the usual work that I do, which of course is much smaller and using wood that I source in Japan. What's nice about this wood is it has a texture that gives a roughness to my prints that I enjoy for these giant prints, and it's different to the wood that I usually use from Japan, which has a much finer grain and gives a much softer, smoother effect. I'm also using a jigsaw, which is one of my favourite techniques with my way of working with wood blocks. I cut up the wood into pieces which I reassemble to create the image. Because the wood is quite hard, I have to use power tools. Otherwise, my smaller tools blunt quickly. The power tools also make me use much larger strokes and cuts, which I think adds to the dynamic feel of these giant prints. I'm also using locally sourced paper, which is different to the usual kind of paper I use in Japan, but at the same time it comes from a similar plant, which is the paper mulberry plant. Here in Thailand it's called sa paper, whereas in Japan it's called kozo. What's good about this paper is it's a very large size. I ordered very large sheets of paper which are taller than me, in fact, which is very exciting but also very challenging. Because these prints I'm working on are much larger than the ones I usually do, I'm breaking my blocks up into sections. Otherwise it would be much too hard trying to print something as large as these using the water-based technique. I've divided the blocks up into 3 and I'm printing those in sections, one by one, in a gradual process on these big sheets of paper. It's quite tiring because I'm carrying these big pieces of wood around, and I'm also carrying this very large paper, and maneuvering the paper into position exactly on top of the block represents special challenges which I wouldn't have with a smaller print. I'm carrying a kind of folk feeling in these prints, which you could say links to folk woodcuts in Japan or in the West. And this really suits my theme for these 6 giant prints in this suite of prints. The theme is the hunter, and I've created a sequence of prints beginning with large, lush leaves and moving across through some mountains and into a swamp, into night, and then coming out again and finishing with a waterfall. In my prints, I wanted to create an atmosphere of mystery and adventure. It's great being here because as I'm working, I can imagine the prints in situ in the gallery, and working with Mimi has been great because she'll come and she'll give comments on my work as I'm proceeding.
If I meet somebody very striking, I'm gonna try to get this person to come be part of what's happening here. It's the first residency program for Ralph, but we've been, of course, introduced in the past when I had my gallery in Bangkok. This is the first time we really make an exhibition and a book together. He gets to stay here over like a 1-month period, so we really discovered each other. Before he came, we were mostly working together to put this book of his together, and our conversation around the book ended up with a residency, and then we had the idea of launching the book. So he would stay 1 month here and develop a project, and we just shared ideas. We really enjoyed the collaboration.
Making these giant prints in this way has been an idea that I've had for many years. So working at Toot Yung has been a fantastic chance to realise this idea. I want viewers to feel like they're coming into the jungle and to feel like they're leaving a sense of reality and moving into a different kind of reality.